Hello, thank you so much and welcome to this channel. You are in class with Opiyo, and I'm glad to inform you that in this session we are going to be introducing organic chemistry, which is just the very first session of what we are going to call the organic chemistry series for advanced levels chemistry. Now, I'm kindly requesting you to give me the support you can, and you shouldn't wonder how you can support me. You can simply support me by subscribing to this channel, sharing these videos that I'm going to be uploading here, as well inviting friends to come and subscribe so that I am supported, really my channel can grow bigger. Always very open, and I welcome corrections from everybody. Why you feel things are not right, always feel free to let me know. So in this session, let us go straight away and introduce organic chemistry. Now we start by defining organic chemistry. Organic chemistry is simply the study of the chemistry of carbon and its compounds.
So organic chemistry.
Now, these compounds that we are going to be talking about here are majorly compound of carbons with elements like we talk of nitrogen, we're going to be meeting hydrogen, we're going to be meeting oxygen. So those are the elements which when combined with carbon, we are going to look at them as carbon compounds under the section of organic chemistry. Now, the next thing you want to look at now is the characteristics of the organic compounds. So let's have this characteristics. One, the major components of organic compounds are carbon and other elements like nitrogen, hydrogen, and oxygen. So we say they are made up of carbon and other elements like nitrogen, hydrogen, and oxygen. They exist as complex compounds. Then most of the organic compounds are insoluble in water. Most of organic compounds are insoluble in water, but they are highly soluble in organic solvents. The solvents include carbon disulfide, carbon tetrachloride, among other organic solvents that you may know. The central atom in organic compounds is carbon. Now, this carbon can be hybridized, and that is what we're going to cover in the next session. But it has electronic configuration of 1s2 2s2 2p2. So that is carbon. Then the next thing now we want to look at is the uniqueness of carbon. Or the unique behavior of carbon. The first thing is that carbon forms gaseous oxide. And when we say this, we're going to be comparing it with the other elements of the same group, that is the elements of group 4. For example, here we have carbon dioxide gas, carbon monoxide gas, which can be compared to silicon 4 oxide, lead 2 oxide. The rest are all in the solid state at room temperature. The next thing we want to mention there is the ability of carbon to form multiple bonds within itself as well with the other atoms of other elements. So we say carbon can form multiple bonds within itself as well as with other elements. And then lastly, one thing that we can look at is the ability of carbon to self-link, that is forming a longer chain, and that process is called catenation. So we're going to say carbon can form links or rings within itself. This is called catenation. We also have other elements that can catenate. For example, we have sulfur, we have silicon, phosphorus. All this one can undergo catenation. Now, what are the reasons for these unique behaviors of carbons? So we say the reasons for unique behaviors. So now, one of the first reasons that we have there is carbon has the smallest atomic radius of all the other group 4 elements. Now, if it has the smallest atomic radius, it implies, even when you look at the value of electronegativity, it will be the most electronegative elements in that group. So it is the most electronegative element of the group. We're looking at the uniqueness of carbon, the reason for the unique behaviors of carbon. Then the other one that we can look at is the ability of the carbon to exhibit what we call the tetravalency. So we're talking about tetravalency. That is, it can use all of the 4 outermost electrons in formation of bonds. So we talk about carbon forming 4 bonds. Now, the other element could also have the ability to form the 4 bonds, but as you will look at it under the inorganic chemistry series, you'll realize that in group 4, the +4 oxidation state reduces on stability as you move from carbon to lead. So the stability of the +4 oxidation state keeps on reducing, which means the top elements are the ones that will form stable compounds in this oxidation state. And then the last reason for the unique behavior there is the carbon bond is very stable. Now, if the bond is very stable, it implies it has high bond energy. Now, high bond energy implies that the formation of the bond is highly favored. That is one thing we can note there. Then now, the last thing you want to know before the end of this session is what do you gain after getting the knowledge from organic chemistry? So we're going to look at the fields of employment. The knowledge of organic chemistry can help you in the field of medicine. 2, it can help you in the field of energy production. 3, it can also be applied in the environmental studies, that is the environmental science or environmental chemistry. You can still use the same organic chemistry in textile industries. Then the other one is in cosmetology, industries that deal with the manufacture of cosmetics, because as we proceed in organic chemistry, we shall meet some group which are referred to as the aromatic compound responsible for that good scent. Then the other one is the manufacture of synthetic products. And then the last, you can become an organic chemistry teacher, tutor, or lecturer, and you have more fun. Now, the other compounds of carbons that we shall not be looking at will include compounds like compounds that we won't be covering under organic chemistry. This will include the carbonates and bicarbonates. Will also include the oxides of carbon, like carbon dioxide. We shall not look at the allotropes of carbon. Those are the different physical forms of carbon. The ones we know, we have graphite, we have diamond, and we have the amorphous carbon. So we shall not be looking at those ones. So I want to thank you so much for your time and for this channel. My name is Opiyo George, and I will be taking you through the organic chemistry series. I hope we finish this together. You can always support me, subscribe, share my videos, like them, and recommend them for other people. So thank you so much and be blessed until we meet again in the next episode.